From the proving ground, when you're on the road, you wish you can get home as quickly as humanly possible. And for the two teams tonight playing in suburban Atlanta, Georgia, the Charlotte Independents, the visitors, Atlanta United 2, the home team. One of them is home for a short spell before they have to come back out on the road. Jimmy Vance alongside. I am John Nelson. It is the Independents. It's the Stripes coming up here in just a bit. From the proving ground with Atlanta United 2 at 2-7-4, the Charlotte Independents coming into the match at 6-3-4, and for Charlotte. For Atlanta United, the #1 guy they have to focus on, the ageless wonder, Jorge Herrera.
Yeah, Herrera with 6 goals already, tied with his fellow teammate Cato with the second in the conference. So I mean, amazing Herrera, ageless wonder, leading the front line with great goals this year.
Underline, exclamated, italicized, bold-faced, spot shadow, Jorge Herrera for the Charlotte Independents tonight. Now for the Stripes, ATO UTD2, they are back home, and it's a treacherous road trip. 7 of 8 on the road. They're back home for 2 really quickly. But when they are home, especially last time out against Toronto FC2, a lot of goals in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, they at home they've scored 8 goals out of their 15 at home, and they've all been great goals here. And going with the first half stats with them scoring 9 first half goals, and it was Charlotte also with 10. So this is first half teams. You know, when leading at the half, they look good.
So let's see what happens tonight. Can Atlanta find their offensive mojo here at the proving ground? Can Charlotte race home with another 3 points, having won 2 of 3 on this road trip? And can they recover from the 4-2 thumping that they took from Red Bulls 2 at Montclair State University on the weekend? It's 2 teams coming back from short schedules. So let's see what the lineups will be. We'll do that when we come back to the proving ground. It is Atlanta United 2. It is the Charlotte Independents. You're watching on ESPN+. We'll be right back, so stick and stay. Lineups and kickoff right after this.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to the proving ground. Alongside Jimmy Vance, I am John Nelson, getting ready for the Charlotte Independents going up against ATL UTD2. And Jimmy, this is a rematch from week 2, the first road match ever in Stripes history, and it was a wild one.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back with ATL UTD scoring the opener with a great run by George Bello that eventually got credit to an own goal. But a fantastic run from the 16-year-old George Bello.
Threw a couple of defenders off of Jung-Soo Lee and eventually into the back of the net. And then we talked about Jorge Herrera in the open. It was part 1 of what Herrera did last time out to make it even at 1.
Oh yeah, Herrera's first goal was amazing. I mean, off the turn, right into the left corner. I mean, class, straight class.
A 360 gets it into the back of the net. And then Lagos Kunga got goal of the week, and here's why.
Yeah, amazing run, started on the right corner flag and just beat each Charlotte defender he saw, and from an impossible angle scored a goal that got goal of the week. Incredible effort.
And then episode 2 of why Jorge Herrera is who he is and does what he does.
Yeah, I mean, Poacher got headed on target, and goalkeeper flubbed his lines a little bit, and it went into the back of the net, and it got 2-2.
2-2 was your final there. Shared results at Matthews in week 2. And as the teams are getting ready for what's going on here at the Proving Ground, let's go through starting lineup, starting with the visitors in a 3-4-3. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, amazing goal talent here from Herrera and Cato, both with 6 goals each. I mean, I think it's the most for a duo in the league, and they're tied for second in the conference in goals scored. So amazing striking power for Charlotte Independence.
And a couple of local guys getting some play for the Independents as well. Then what about for the Stripes in a 3-5-2-ish, 4-1-4-1? What do you see?
A bunch of young talent, and we calculated the average age 20.5.
You did the math, sir. I did not.
But I mean, young talent here. They've called it the Proving Ground for a reason, and this young talent from the academy and the second team are showing what they've got here at Coolray Field.
And one of those youngins is in between the sticks tonight, and Justin Garces getting the surprise start.
First professional start.
Yes.
So great confidence in the young goalkeeper, 17 years old. So we'll see what he's got here at the Proving Ground.
Another of the youngins that is through the system when with the academy, also on in the 18 tonight. You've got Chad Letts, you've got Will Crane, you've got Jackson Conway. So you've got a lot of young guys who could make that 11 on the pitch a lot younger than the math that you just did.
Exactly, and also on the bench is Gallagher, who's got 5 goals for ATL UTD2. So they've got a little striking power on the bench, but you'll see probably him come on in the second half.
And we are underway at Coolray Field. It's the Independents and the Stripes going at it. Short turnoff of the weekend, and now we're going to see what happens here with a compressed schedule with lineups and depth, and what will happen with Charlotte coming down and the last match for them on this 4-game road trip. They go back, and this weekend will take on Charleston at Matthews, but they have to get through this one first. For ATL UTD2, you have Charlotte tonight, and then this weekend they will welcome the Ottawa Fury. We'll get into that one a little bit later on, but right now both teams just feeling each other out. Thanks for accessing us once again, however you are doing so tonight on ESPN+. He's Jimmy Vance, and I am John Nelson. We get to see Andrew Carlton in action. Working in the middle, and he'll send it all the way back around the perimeter, and let's see what Atlanta United 2 can do here. And that is going to be one of the spots we're going to be paying attention to this evening, is the transplanted grass for these matches that you have for the Gwinnett Stripers. And there was about 5 o'clock this afternoon, so about 2 hours ago, there was your standard summer thunderstorm, and you see that there is some brown in between the swatches of green that are there and what is the infield for AAA. So we'll see how the ball travels and tricks, and if it plays any tricks on anybody who's going to be doing anything. And we get our first whistle on the foul. It's going to hit to
footing's
Charlotte's
going to be
way.
an issue with this little infield here. We've seen it in the past matches too. That infield spot, especially with a lot of rain, can be very slick.
So Henry Kalungi will take it in that infield.
It's very important for both sides to start off well and get a goal in the first half. Charlotte Independence is 5-0 when leading at the half, and ATL UTD2 has got their 2 wins by leading at half. So very important for both sides to start off well.
Devin Sandoval trying to do a little heel, works in there. And Andrew Carlton chips it out of the mesh. Left foot sent into the box. Devin Sandoval looking for it. Goes through everybody. Activity at the mid and at the back, and Charlotte clears.
Fantastic cross by Hernandez. Very dangerous ball.
Heavy touch by Carlton, looking for Samuel and Sandoval, and coming back the other way, it's the Independents. Alex Martinez gets away from the Kendall Moulin slide tackle, but then end up with a little shoulder work and a whistle. And it'll end up being a set piece, and Martinez is down.
Dangerous angle for the set piece coming up. Alex Martinez, very good technical player.
And so here it is, early play, just trying to muscle in, a little hip action, a little shoulder, and a takedown, and it ends up being a whistle.
Yeah, the very dangerous spot for Charlotte Independence to put in a good cross here.
Your referee this evening is Greg Dopka, the assistants Emil Karsikaju and Brian Marshall, and your 4th official, Alexander Zhelyashkov. Plenty of Scrabble points for the fourth official. There's 2 Z's in there. That's 10. That's 10 and 2 right there. All right, so let's see what Charlotte does here on the set piece. A lot of folks at the picket fence right at the edge of the box. Herrera sends it in. Easy pickings for Justin Garces, and I think that he needs something like that to establish confidence early on as we're here late in the 4th minute.
Yeah, it's important for ATL to get the back line, to give him some back passes, get him involved in the match early, just to get his confidence up a little bit.
Lifted to Devin Sandoval. And a whistle there as Bilal Duckett comes home for a match. He is from the southern suburbs of Atlanta, down in Peachtree City, getting some play in front of hometown fans tonight. Kevon George, also 13 in white, has some family ties, and a whistle there on Carlton as he was trying to get the ball away from Javon Watson. And so it looks like Sam Vines will be the one to take this piece, and he does, and reintroduces it quickly. And Kalungi on that infield. Let's see what he does here. Gets out the lob wedge, tries to send it in to Zaid, and it goes past him and Kendall Moulin, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes. A lot of indecision, trying to figure out how to just introduce the ball into play. A little bit of a give and go, and it will go out of bounds, so Charlotte will get the throw.
Also interested in the ATL UTD's leadership, because Jack Metcalf is out injured, and he's been the captain and the starter for almost all the matches for ATL UTD2. So I'd like to see some younger guys step up with some leadership here.
Joel Johnson at the far, guarded by Joseph Samuel. Little help there from Watson. You've got Watson and Cato all there on the edge, foot in play, and it's sent over the end line. It's going to be the first corner. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com and receive free shipping on orders over $50. And see what happens here with this first corner for Charlotte here late in minute number 6. Scoreless from the proving ground. ATL UTD2 and Charlotte Independence. Sent in with the right header. And easy pickings into the back of the net. First goal on the board for the Charlotte Independence.
Right off the corner and right into the corner of the net. ATL UTD2 didn't defend that very well in the box there, and Charlotte Independence getting on the scoreboard.
Here, the reintroduction. Here it introduces off the set piece. It's a right foot that sends it right into the mixer. Couple of jostles there, but it's an easy shot. Gets it past Justin Garces, 1-0 early on.
Yeah, and Charlotte Independence coming in had 20 goals, which is 3rd in the league. So they've been scoring goals all year, and now ATL UTD2 needs to find an equalizer right here.
7.5 minutes in, Devin Sandoval sends it back into play for ATL UTD2. And one of the first things that I noticed as everyone was getting back to positions for the kickoff, Andrew Carlton, one of the first guys to sit there and just make sure that everyone's still engaged. The goal goes to Zaid. Ayman Zaid gets credit for the goal for the Independents, just inside the 6, so it's 1-0. But you see Andrew Carlton going in there for the Stripes, making sure that everybody's not getting down just because something happens in the 7th minute. Still a lot of time to get something done.
Yeah, Andrew Carlton has been making his professional debuts in USL, and then he's made some impact for the first team for Atlanta United in the US Open Cup. Scored a goal and also scored a goal here versus Louisville City to equalize. So it's very important for Andrew Carlton's big experience, especially with the U17s, the national team as well. So very important for him to step up today.
Andrew Dykstra sends it into the attacking third. Cato and Samuel. Cato wins that round. Joel Johnson working triangles, sends it back. Javon Watson looking, heading to the far and too much.
I know with that goal, the Charlotte Independence fans at Jack's house probably went crazy for that one.
Chasing after it, a bit of a slow drag, getting caught in that infield. Dykstra sends it past Laurent Kisiadou. And back on offense, the Independents with Martinez. Vines on the overlap. is sent in that way. Zaid, Vines, intercepted. And the Stripes will try to get it out of their own zone. Carlton. Sending it over. Working the middle, working around the horn. Trying to get some kind of solid footing in possession here. Sent into the middle, looking for Joseph Samuel. Not enough there. Samuel continues to chase. Dykstra keeps it in. Dangerous idea. Samuel with Kisiadu, edge of the box. What can the Stripes do here? Kisiadu with the drag on Vines. Tries to work the left. Vines intercepts. Picked up by Carlton. Sent in with the right. Deflected. Dykstra can't save it. Going to be a corner.
A little risky there from Dykstra coming off the line.
And we've seen that a couple of times already where Dykstra has either come off his line, but a little adventurous. Really, the only thing missing maybe is the pith helmet and the machete when you're trying to do something like that. And here's your Creature Comforts corner kick. It will be taken by Andrew Carlton. Carlton with the right, looking far post. Sandoval trying to climb a little bit. Tried to go up the back of Joel Johnson. Whistle called, and it will go back to the Independents. So here's another look. Once again, sent back. Sandoval trying to do something with it, and a whistle.
Climb over to the defender. Easy call for the ref.
Sent back to Justin Garces in transition, and they'll try it again. So let's see what the Stripes can do here. Hernandez, Samuel. A lot of work in the middle, intercepted a lot of white shirts in the middle of the pitch, trying to clog it as Atlanta United 2 is trying to do something offensively. Right foot into the box, and it's cleared away. Kevon George with the header, and Charlotte will try it again. Joel Johnson has some help in Bilal Duckett. Being chased by Sandoval, but he sends it in with the right. Too much for everybody in a white kit. Picked up by Garces as we are now late in minute number 11. Goal on the board by Ayman Zaid in the 7th minute. 1-0 to the Charlotte Independents here against Atlanta United 2 at the Proving Ground.
That's Zaid's 3rd goal of the year.
Kendall Moulin working with A.J. Cochran. Playing a little catch. Once again, you see a very stout defensive set there by Charlotte. And a nice tackle to get the ball away from Kisiadu by Kevon George. Vines tries to send it over, but it's picked off again by the Stripes. What can they do with it this time? Kisiadu looking with the right, sends it in low, sent out by Bilal Duckett. And here comes Cordell Cato. Head of steam on the far side. One-on-one with a step over, trying to do something. Edge of the box, stepped over again, deflected as he tried to send it in with the left, headed and cleared, but it'll be reset for Charlotte one more time with Vines. Kevon George into Herrera, double team, tries to force something into the box. Kendall Moulin now tries to send Joseph Samuel. Get past one defender, doesn't get past two, and Javon Watson will be there for the Independents. Herrera trying to look for a give and go. The go was not there. The give was halfway through minute 13, and it'll be an ATL UTD2 throw. And you see how all of those white kits for Charlotte just clogging all of the possible passing lanes. Samuel and Sandoval trying to do something, but it ends up being Alex Martinez. A little chip idea, nothing behind it. So in transition come the Stripes one more time. Andrew Carlton. Double teamed pretty quickly. Let's see what ATL UTD2 can do with it.
There was a little opening there for ATL UTD2, but it was a little slow. They need to pick up the pace a little bit to try to counter on that when they get a turnover.
Samuel tries to go in for it. Carlton does. Hangs on to it with the 360. Bumped from behind. There's your whistle.
Good dribble by Carlton there to draw the foul.
So it starts with a 360, and this is what we know Andrew Carlton to do. He likes to create in space and get out of jams, and he gets bumped from behind. So once again, you see the young players for ATO UTD2 trying to create and get something going down a goal here late in the 14th.
Carlton's usually really good here, delivering some good deadly balls in the box. Let's see if somebody can get ahead on it.
Kendall Moulin trying to cheat in a little bit inside the box. Over with the left, Carlton with the right, trying to send it into the box, hit it out by Herrera. Didn't have a whole lot of loft to it, an easy clearance for the Independents, but the Stripes will try it again. Another chip in, sent out by Bilal Duckett. Martinez tries to clear. Chris Goslin has it, and he's guarded by Joel Johnson. They'll send it all the way back, and they'll try it again. Kisiadu on that infield slosh pit, which is probably the best way to describe it right now in some places where it hasn't had the opportunity to drain over the last 2.5 hours or so. Long pass looking for Samuel. Johnson is there. Dykstra is there. Dykstra will dive on it right on the line. That's pretty close. But Dykstra keeps it inside the box, so no whistles.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to try to avoid that left side of the infield there near the touchline, because it gets really, the ball stops on a dime there. Very slick as well.
As you're looking, it's the near side of the pitch, right against the touchline, right where third base would be if you're looking at the infield here at Coolray. So it's early indications that it is still a slosh pit, and we'll see what happens on that particular section of the pitch as we go. Long ball sent in. Sandoval looking to chase, tries to get a swim move and get possession past Kalungi. Charlotte touches it last. Kisiadu thought about the throw, but instead it'll go to Sean Nicklaw. Stays with the home team there off of the 2 feet jousting. They want Sean to throw it about 5 yards further back than when he wanted to do it. There's Andrew Carlton right there at third base. You saw the ball just die the second that it hit the pitch. Intercepted. Cordell Cato. And what do you want to bet they change both socks and shoes at the half?
That's a good bet there.
A lot of folks are going to be changing cleats and socks as we go. Kisiadu trying to force something into either Sandoval or Samuel. Gets the Independents instead. And they'll have an opportunity in transition halfway through minute number 17. Watson looking all the way across. He's got Martinez. Sends it back to Kevon George. Let's see what the Independents think about doing here. Kalungi works it around the horn to Bilal Duckett. Duckett, long switch with the right. Nicklaw, Vines. Vines got there first. Garces will pick it up just before the white kid gets there from behind. A.J. Cochran here midway through minute number 18. About 11 minutes ago, the first goal of the match. Ayman Zaid scores for Charlotte to make it 1-0.
Great
Interesting touch by Sandoval and just past the end line. It's going to be a goal kick. Kisiadu had the idea, couldn't get there fast enough. Great idea that time by Sandoval to spring Kisiadu down the near side.
Great pass there. Great bit of skill from the 26-year-old.
Watch to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL. How do you do it? You make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. So I guess you can at them in that case. Andrew Dykstra sends it in. Stripes win the joust, but it gets past Samuel. Cordell Cato almost sprung that time, but knocked out. And so the Independents, the momentum that they had in transition, will end up being a Joel Johnson throw.
And we're saying earlier in the broadcast with ATL UTD2's average age is about 20.5, a little bit under 21 years old. Charlotte Independence, they're a more experienced team. I bet if you did the averages, it comes to around 28 or 29 years old that have been their past lineups. So very experienced team that's fourth in the table right now.
So basically what you're saying is I'm going to have to do math at halftime to figure out the average age for the Independents?
I believe so, John.
Header and almost another opportunity all alone, unmarked, but over the bar. Zaid almost had a second, but it ends up over the bar and over the outfield wall. Here's your look about what went down.
ATL UTD2 very lucky they're not down 2-0 right now. Open goal. Should have put it on target.
Zaid could have had a brace after only 20 minutes. Sends it over the crossbar. And the launch by Garces ends up being intercepted very easily by Cordell Cato. Tries to send it into the box. Foot in, but easy right there. And Garces trying to calm things down a little bit. You saw what he did. Got the 2 palms up for the easy save. And then the first thing he did, just is like, I got it. Let's calm things down a little bit because it was getting a little out of control. Carlton for the Stripes, send it backwards. Heading toward minute 21 with Charlotte leading 1-0. Long pass. Looking over to the far side. Metcalf looking for an overlapping Jose Hernandez. Now the ball back and forth in the middle with Carlton. Trying to spin out of trouble past Kevon George.
Charlotte's allowing ATL UTD2 possession. It's up to them to break down Charlotte.
Nick Law thought about Kissy-Adu. Ends up being a grounder back and forth with Sandoval. Kissy-Adu too much. And the Independents come out with it. Kevon George looking for Martinez. Over by that mess at third base with all of that water. Vines and George will clear, but it's too much. And it will end up in the eventual cleats of Justin Garces.
There's one player that can score a goal out of middle of nowhere is Kissy-Adu. He has scored about 2 goals long range that have been some golazos. So that's the person to watch out for here. Maybe taking a shot about 30, 40 yards out.
Cochran looking for Hernandez. It was too much, and so the Independents will throw. Joel Johnson sends it in, and there's a whistle. Once again, as you see a player like Zaid doubling back and helping out there right at the mid. Gets a push in the back, and there's another foul. So it'll be a set piece sent in by Bilal Duckett with that right foot right near midfield. Devin Sandoval casually guarding, trying to figure out which way Duckett wants to send it, and he finally does send it toward the box, but once again, cleats for the Stripes get rid of it. Only as far as midway, where Charlotte picks up possession one more time. Cordell Cato, guarded by Carlton. Trying to spring himself. Watson with the chip, and it's cleared by A.J. Cochran. Will Duckett get there in time? He won't want to. It goes out for another easy throw for Charlotte. So now that we're at the halfway point of the first half, Jimmy, early thoughts on both sides here with Charlotte up 1-0.
Charlotte got the goal off, set piece off the corner, and very precision finish there. And ATL UTD2, they're just a little slow right now. I think they're just the young players trying to grow into the game, but they defensively they need to shape up a little bit because they're giving away some easy opportunities for Charlotte Independence.
Oliver Shannon in the middle of it gets the turnover, and now it's Carlton and Samuel, but then they lose possession. A lot of back and forth in the middle third for both the Stripes and the Independents here. Joust won by Atlanta, and it goes over the end line, so it's going to be another corner kick opportunity for Charlotte here as we get toward minute 24.
See how ATL UTD2's back line does on this one in the box. It's a very open goal there off the corner for the first goal by Zaid. So let's see if they've learned their lesson off the first one.
Jorge Herrera will send in the corner with the right foot. You see Zaid kind of rambling his way either right at the middle of the box or toward the back, guarded by Joseph Samuel. Headers in the box, and it was this time once again close. Javon Watson with the header. It was almost a match race as to whose head was going to get there first, Zaid or Watson.
Yeah, just off target there, off the left post there. So very dangerous set piece again, you know, for Charlotte Independence. So very dangerous off set pieces so far early in the game.
A lot of activity in the mixer for the Independents, and they've got the only goal on the board. So what can the Stripes do to respond here, trying to work their way forward? You see Chris Goslin having to drop a little back. And that was a nasty turnover that could have been something had Zaid had some help with it.
Just a little sloppy there.
Let's see what the Stripes can do here. Kendall Moulin sending it deep. Headed away by Kalungi, but it'll be a throw. Kisiadu and Niklaw partnering up. Devin Sandoval clipped from behind. No whistle, but it'll be a throw, and Charlotte will have possession.
A little surprised there wasn't a foul called there.
As the night goes along, I'll give you an idea as to what the scores are for the other matches going on around the USL. And also Atlanta United playing tonight in Columbus, Ohio against Crew SC. We'll have updates from there as well. Stripes in possession on the near side. Sandoval, Kisiadu, and Carlton spin, but it was too heavy a touch. But Kalungi will knock it out, and it'll be a throw for the Stripes, and we'll see what Sean Niklaw can do with it.
It's a good idea from Carlton.
Niklaw looking for Kisiadu, not enough behind it, and so Kevon George ends up with it, looking for Martinez, too much. Quick idea by Niklaw into Ollie Shannon. Kisiadu and Carlton. Kisiadu with it, looking with the left launch, blocked by Duckett.
Kisiadu very dangerous outside the box there, taking a shot on goal.
Niklaw, big right foot, just missed Joseph Samuel on the header at the back. Joel Johnson there, Kalungi there. Joseph Samuel just missing a header at the back post that would have equalized at one.
Very dangerous ball there from Niklaw.
Kisiadu with the very quick Creature Comforts corner kick. Carlton loses possession after being triple teamed, and it will end up being a goal kick for Charlotte and Andrew Dykstra. As Dykstra gets ready, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. So I guess you can @ them officially on Instagram and on Twitter.
All right. Been impressed by Charlotte Independence so far. You know, it's a team that started the year off pretty well with 2 straight wins and got a draw in the 3rd match, but then went on a little losing streak and just weren't getting results. But then they turned it around versus FC Cincinnati, the #1 team in the Eastern Conference, with a 4-1 win, and they went on a winning streak, and they've won 4 out of 5. So very Charlotte's even though they lost, you know, versus New York Red Bulls 2, they're still very impressive with 4 out of 5 victories, and they're now on #4 in the Eastern Conference.
And we mentioned what Andrew Carlton can try to do and what he wants to do as a part of Atlanta United. There was another example trying to create, which sets the piece up right here. So let's see what happens here on that wet infield. What can you do with a set piece here from just outside of 35? And what he'll do is he'll go for possession, looking for a give and go. That looks like training ground activity. Martinez off his head, and they're going to call a foul on Carlton instead of it going over the inline, and so Charlotte will have possession. Not the anticipated result that Atlanta United 2 was looking for.
Just backed into the defender there.
Just the give and go.
Got called. That
was training ground material. You saw that coming. And so he gets the whistle, and the grin somewhat wry after the fact. And it'll stay with Charlotte after the header there. Martinez looking for help. It's 3-on-2 on the near side. Nicklaw guarding, sends it in, kick back out. And it'll be a throw-in by Vines introducing. He wanted to introduce it quickly. Thought he had a couple of dance partners, but he ends up having to hang on to it. Now he's looking for any dance partner they can send it into. And off the feet of Jorge Herrera, it'll go with the Stripes. Sent back and cleared out just to kind of get it out of there, but still Martinez will throw. They wanted him to jump back a little bit, and Vines will go for the big switch here. Joel Johnson having to track it all the way down. Joseph Samuel in pursuit. Hernandez with the ball knocked out of bounds. We're inside minute number 30 now. Charlotte up 1-0. 7th minute goal by Ayman Zaid. Almost had a second off another set piece with a header. So Charlotte has been on the front foot for a lot of the first half here in the first 30 minutes or so. Atlanta United 2 having to defend. Nice hook ball there by A.J. Cochran to try to keep it in bounds at the far. Ends up eventually going out for another Charlotte throw. You know, to the point that you were making, you know, Jimmy, about the early start. Undefeated in their first 3 was Charlotte. Then they go and lose 3 of their next 4, then win 4 of their next 5. A very streaky bunch leading into that match this past weekend at Montclair State against Red Bulls 2. But when they put goals on the board, they really do put goals on the board. You know, they've scored 4 twice. They've scored 3 goals twice. With the firepower that they have, they are known to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, you know, they're the 3rd highest scoring team in the league. You know, and you've got 2 goal scorers of 6 goals each with Herrera and Cato. So very dangerous going forward. It's going to be interesting with in the second half with ATL UT2 getting, you know, the other side, the more cleaner side, and Charlotte having to attack the infield here that you see ATL UT2 attacking.
Kalungi gets the ball away from Devin Sandoval, but it ends up going back with the Stripes. What can Hernandez do with it? Send it in with the left. Kalungi clears. Jorge Herrera trying to start something. Bit of an inverted, almost like an inverted crescent kick, trying to start something backwards, but it ends up being with the Stripes and Kendall Moulin. Sean Nicklaw looking for the big switch there, looking for Samuel, too much. Having to chase with Joel Johnson. Still in bounds after a bit of pinball action. Cordell Cato. And again, blocked by the defense a 3rd time, and it stays in. It ends up finally going over the inline for a goal kick.
Good game of pinball there.
Once again, you're seeing ATL UTD2 pressing defensively a little bit when they have their opportunities to. But as of yet, not able to put the ball in the back of the net. Charlotte's done it once. Question for you. If you want to keep up with the best social media from around the USL, here's how you do it. You join Kelsey Steele every Friday on the USL social media channels for the latest edition of Off the Post. That's Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every week with the USL at uslsoccer.com. Chip by Oliver Shannon, looking for Laurent Kissiadou, knocked out of play. What can Sean Nicklaw do? Sends it into 2 sets of Independence kits. Devin Sandoval knocked over, no whistle there either. Nicklaw free, tries to send it in with the right. Too much for Samuel. Cordell Cato back to help out, and it will be an Atlanta United throw. Can they get their second shot on goal? Or second shot right now, because they're being outgunned in the first 33 minutes, 6-1.
Yeah, Charlotte's been putting some quality on goal, and ATL UT just haven't really got onto the goal yet for, you know, attacking wise. So yeah, you can blame a couple things, but I don't think, you know, can't blame the pitch right now. You gotta move forward and try to get stuff on target.
Samuel looking for Sandoval back behind. Andrew Carlton has it at the edge of the box in that infield. Big launch, just missed to the right.
Great teaser ball there for Carlton to set up his teammate in the U17s, Chris Goslin.
Big launch by Goslin. And it looks like it took a bit of a screwball, hit it on the outside of his right foot, which caused that rotation to just miss and get past Dykstra. But it ends up being wide of the net. Another opportunity, just close.
And also Carlton and Goslin, they got called up to the U20s as well. So, you know, they've got some chemistry there. So it's something to look forward to in the game.
Stripes will have a kick once the ball is settled, but yeah, once that it went off of Goslin's right, it looks like it was doing a bit of a screwball. Looks like it had a couple of different things going on to it, something that the AAA Stripers might want to keep an eye on. Big switch here. Hernandez gets his pocket picked, and it's going to be a quick throw in. Last touched by Cordell Cato. Samuel Shannon. Right at the edge of the infield. Carlton looking to do something. Knocked down to one knee by Martinez. Turnover.
Good tackle by
good
Goslin.
work there by Goslin, doubling back. Can Sean Nicklaw do anything with it? Gives to Carlton. Carlton looking to do something with the right. Step over. Sends it in low. But Martinez ends up with it. Can he get out of traffic? Give to Vines. Vines with the left. Sends it back out to the middle of the pitch.
A lot better there from Carlton there. Very dangerous cross there. Just couldn't know an ATL UT2 teammate could be on it.
Goslin working for Hernandez at the far. And the defense trying to create some offense for ATL UTD2, and it was in the slosh pit, and it happened, and you get a transition opportunity.
Yeah, I'll start with Chris Goslin there. Great tackle, and gave it to Carlton. Very dangerous getting in the box, you know, trying to draw a penalty, but got a cross off, just couldn't connect with a teammate.
Your Creature Comforts corner kick taken by Andrew Carlton. Is he going to go along with it? Yes, looking to send it in, headed out. And can it be saved? It could, but not in time. Javon Watson got one cleat on it, needed two. Throw into Devin Sandoval.
Very dangerous corner kick from Carlton there. A lot better service right there.
Looking for work with Sandoval in the middle of it, but once again cleared by the Independents defensively. Chris Goslin couldn't hang on to it. Zaid couldn't hang on to it either, so it's going to be a throw for the Stripes, and Goslin will send it in very, very quickly. And Kendall Moulin will work it around the horn to A.J. Cochran. Picked up by Herrera. Nicklaw dropping to Goslin. Kendall Moulin looking for the big switch. Instead works it around the horn to Cochran again. Tries to work it in. Finds Nicklaw. Settles. Back to Kisidu with the right into Joseph Samuel and just over the bar.
Great cross there. Joseph Samuel just over the crossbar. Very good chance there for ATL UT2.
Great work with the right foot, just getting it in, and that's why you got Joseph Samuel in there to get those hops. Once again, cleat to head, just miss. Another opportunity. Once again, another close chance for the Stripes.
Yeah, Joseph Samuel, he scored the first ever ATL UT2 goal here at Coolray Field to open up the season, so he's very dangerous going forward.
Getting close to being 90 minutes fit. We'll see how many minutes he goes tonight, as he's been out battling an injury for a little while. Good work by A.J. Cochran to knock the ball off of Zaid, so it'll be a Stripes throw as we are in the 38th minute, still 1-0 Charlotte.
Yeah, right now ATL UT2 with 63% of possession. Charlotte only with 37, but still, you know, they've got the goal.
Once again, it's what you do with it when you've got it and how long it takes you to do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that if you've got possession and you haven't put the ball in the back of the net, it means that you got some more work to do. Kisidu. Nicklaw looking for the big switch, and Samuel. Joel Johnson is there. Johnson wins the joust, sends it a little further down. Cato sends it off of Hernandez, and goal kick.
ATL UT2's grown into the match right now. You know, they're getting some positive momentum, really attacking Charlotte. Let's see if they can finish off the first half with a goal to equalize.
Early in the 39th minute here, Andrew Dykstra about to send it back in. Here's something for you on your to-do list. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 USL season and bonus content from around the league by subscribing to the league's official YouTube channel at youtube.com/USL. What can Chris Gosselin do with it? Give to Carlton. Carlton with the right sends it over here to the near side. Kisiadu trying to work against Martinez. Devin Sandoval posting up, trying to settle, triple teamed. Kisiadu with a scorpion kick idea, trying to get it to Carlton.
A wonderful skill there from Kisiadu.
Charlotte ends up with it, and Martinez keeps Kisiadu from getting to it initially, but then Laurent Kisiadu grabs it. Possession back to the stripes and Oliver Shannon. Shannon to Hernandez at the far.
Wonderful skill from Kisiadu right there.
Cochran. Nicklaw. Gosselin the outside of the foot. Sends it back over. Sandoval trying to find something to do with it in the middle of the mush. Ends up with Nicklaw. Kisiadu available, as is Gosselin. Gosselin thought about it with the right. Works the outside of the foot, knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw for ATL UTD2. 41st minute, 1-0. Charlotte leading ATL UTD2 here at the Proving Ground. Alongside Jimmy Vance, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so tonight. A lot of action going on in the USL. Action going on with Atlanta United tonight for those who are watching this one. 7:30 kick in Columbus at a very messy Montfray Stadium, from what I understand from all of the pictures that have come out on social media. We'll give you an eye. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. Let you know what's going on here as everybody's getting ready for the World Cup break. Joseph Samuel double teamed, tries to get it through the traffic. Cato there backtracking again, looking for Jorge Herrera. Touched last by Cochran, so it'll stay with Charlotte.
Okay.
Herrera. Javon Watson trying to get something done, but here's Oliver Shannon. Center circle, give to Andrew Carlton. Dribbles out of traffic, spin move. Cato marking him now. Samuel and Sandoval. Right at the edge of the infield looking for Carlton. Outside of the foot, sends it to Carlton in the corner with Joel Johnson. And it's going to be an ATL UTD2 throw. Just shy of the corner flag. Samuel, Sandoval, Bilal Duckett, and clear.
We're approaching halftime, and Charlotte Independence, when leading at half, is 5-0. So with history, ATL UTD2 needs to find an equalizer here before the half.
Andrew Carlton trying to make that happen with Kisiadu, but it's intercepted by Vines, but settled by Shannon. One-touch passing. Nicklaw looking to go on Martinez. And a foul call on Nicklaw. Hard work by Martinez there to get possession back to Charlotte. And for a second, we thought Sam Vines was going to send it back into play. Looks like they're going to take some time with it halfway through the 43rd and let Dykstra do it. And since you dropped the possession number earlier on, at home, the Stripes are second in the league in home possession percentage at 58%. So having north of 60 seems about right here at the Proving Ground. It's just they've got to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it doesn't, you know, you can have all the best possession in the world, but if you don't put it in the back of the net, it doesn't mean anything.
Martinez at the far, coming in from the corner, sends it in with the left. No one at the far post. But the Independents still having possession. What can Herrera do with it? Sends it back out. Big right foot across. No one there. Too much. And it'll be a goal kick for Justin Garces. One of the talking points that this is your homework for the remainder of the match. When it comes to, I want you to keep an eye on Justin Garces and just how he's been able to grow into the game and what you think about him for his first activity here with ATL UTD2. So that's your homework assignment for the remaining 47 minutes or so.
He started off a little shaky, but you know, grown into the match a little bit there from the 17-year-old with his first professional start. So it makes sense that him being a little nervous there, being a little shaky, but he's grown into the match.
So keep your report card a little fluid, and we'll see what's going to happen here. A foul on Oliver Shannon. Looks like it was Javon Watson that they're going to whistle for it, and Jorge Herrera having a bit of a discussion with Greg Dopka about it.
And ATL UTD2, when trailing at the half.
All right, so what's your number?
Out of 7 matches,
right,
they've lost 6, tied 1. So according to this, you know, they're climbing up a hill here, but we'll see if they can find an equalizer here before the half.
30 seconds plus added time. Big grounder, and it was deflected by Herrera, and it's going to end up being a corner kick. It'll be a Creature Comforts corner kick, and it will be taken by Laurent Kisiadou. With 1 minute added. So let's see what Andrew Carlton can do with it here. Marked by Martinez. Sends it into the box. A bit of a floater. Sandoval gets to it. Picked up by Watson. Independent still trying to clear. Cato grabbed by Kisiadou, a foul, and it'll go with Charlotte.
Okay.
So Andrew Dykstra taking his own time, obviously with 1 minute added. Won't be a whole lot to go past that, unless you count Dykstra lollygagging time. And yes, that is the official soccer term. He is lollygagging. Big right foot by Dykstra, looking for Martinez. Cochran will clear. Vines, Kevon George tries to do something with the right. Herrera's in the middle of it all. Cato, Joel Johnson, give and go at the far. One last chance for the Independents. Let's see what can happen here. Trying to get some work done, and it will be a goal kick, last touched by the Independents. Some good jousting going on as the ball was going over the inline. And that'll do it. Just like that, yep. That's the first 45 minutes in the books for ATL UTD2 and the Charlotte Independents. And it was a goal all the way back in the 7th minute by Ayman Zaid. And that has been the difference so far. Set pieces for Charlotte. They have been what have gotten them on the front foot here in the first half. And speaking of being on the front foot after the first 45 minutes, what was the number? 5-0. 5-0 for the Independents if they are leading at the break. So it will be a tall order for ATL UTD2 when we come back to the Proving Ground at Coolray Field in suburban Atlanta, Georgia. 1 goal so far. That's the only thing that has happened on the board and in the books here from the USL tonight. We'll be right back with a lot of features and a lot of stuff going on here in the league. It's 1-0 at the Proving Ground. We'll be right back with ATL UTD2 on ESPN+.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Got it. Welcome back to the Proving Ground. 45 minutes in the books, 45 coming up around the corner. Jimmy Vance and John Nelson here. Charlotte Independence leading ATL UTD2 by the score of 1-0. A 7-minute goal by Ayman Zaid has been the difference. Jimmy, early thoughts of the first 45?
Well, I thought ATL UTD started poorly, but they grew into the match. Didn't get a goal, but they looked dangerous. But Charlotte Independence didn't have much possession, but hey, off the set piece, you got the goal. You're up 1-0.
All right, so this is game one of a very quick 2-game homestand. Game number 2 coming up around the corner Saturday back here at the Tackle Box, and it is a rematch against the Ottawa Fury. Last time around up at TD Place, it was a very, very tense matchup between the Fury and ATL UTD2.
Yeah, up there was very chippy match there. So, with ATL UTD2 getting some home matches, they're trying to get some rhythm being back at home. So let's see if they can get a result here tonight, and maybe with that momentum can go into the weekend.
Match was back on May the 12th, and there were a lot of chances for ATL UTD2. It was a final score of 2-0 for Ottawa. Colin Falvey on the back line for Ottawa, really one of their stalwarts, and we'll be keeping an eye on him as he comes in here for the weekend. So that will be the big test coming up for ATL UTD2. Second game of the homestand, and they're back out on the road for another 7 of 8. So they're going to have to make their hay here at home tonight against Charlotte in the final 45, and then also against Ottawa coming up on Saturday. Go to atlutd2.com for all the information and all the lead up if you want to come out here to the Proving Ground to see what's going on at Coolray Field this Saturday. So with that, what we're going to do now is let you in on what's going on here in the USL. Every single week, what you, the fan, can do is go to uslsoccer.com, vote on the goal of the week, vote on the save of the week, vote on the player of the week. There have been some folks from Charlotte who've been on the list, a lot of them. There have been some folks from ATL UTD2 who've been on each of these categories. Here is a look at the goal, the save, the players of the week. Here's your nominees, and also a look behind the scenes at what it does and what it takes to make sure that all these productions that you're watching on the USL every single night come off without a hitch.
Jaime left that one, swung in, down inside, headed on, and he scores! Ken Tribbett again picks up the goal for Penn FC.
Camden Faywo redirected and into the back of the net. And Fresno has taken the first lead of the night.
Estrada still giving chase, brought down nicely, a shot, a wonder goal! What an equalizer! S2 full level.
Defensively for the Red Bull team.
Tenari, one touch for Brian White, feeds right side, and that's a goal! He comes into the game, Andrew Tenari, and he finishes the play. 3-1 for Red Bull. Oh, Calistri with the spin. And finds a way to slot it past Fabian Serta. What a return game for Joey Calistri. As his second goal of the night on the brace. shot with the swing. Pickens upstairs to deny it. Wow.
Plays it to the middle with Taylor Hunter. Now it's taken away. Trouble here for Switchbacks FC. A shot and a great save by Stuart Sayus. Barreling down on him was Chase Minter.
To find Miller. Miller's going to crank one over. Rios is there. Oh my, punched away by Newton.
And there's a reason why he was.
Van Avik, and another save by Rainish.
Looks like he's going to service this one in.
Into the box, the header, and a big save by Dykstra.
We came here with a unique challenge, and that was to solve the problem of producing over 500 games and do so in a cost-effective way for the clubs, in a way that produced high-quality broadcasts and standardize the look and feel of all of those productions. Outside of the live event, the match experience, outside of that, the broadcast is the window into the brand for the club and for the league. You need to be able to capture that in a compelling way with a quality broadcast.
A large portion of the teams work with our partner Vista on REMI productions, remote integration. What that means is that the production of the game is actually handled mostly away from site. So the way these games work is a truck will show up locally at the stadium. There'll be 4 camera operators there, and those signals are sent all the way here to Fort Lauderdale. And here locally at Vista, the game is cut. The game has graphics put on top of it. Replay is done here, and in many cases, the play-by-play is actually done on site here at Vista as well. So after the game is fully produced, we have a signal that goes to our partner ESPN Plus for US distribution. We have a signal that goes to YouTube for international distribution. And then for the teams that have an over-the-air local broadcast regional sports network deal, the signal is sent to their partners as well. So even for the games that aren't done with a REMI production, all games flow through Vista, and all those signals have to get sent out all over the world to reach the fans of USL. Because of those REMI productions, we'll oftentimes have 5 or 6 games going on at one time. Nobody is doing sports REMI productions on this level consistently.
We have built one of the largest REMI production models of any league in the world. And now we're able to deliver anywhere in the world to our partners at ESPN, fully produced matches from all over the country. We couldn't be more thrilled with the progress we've made and some of the innovative things now we're going to be able to start to bring into the broadcast moving forward.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to the Proving Ground. It is 1-0 after the first 45 minutes. All right, you mentioned all those numbers. Am I going to hold you to those stats that you gave me in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, with Charlotte 5-0 leading at the half, so let's see if ATL-UT2 can bunk the trend here.
All right, so let's see if they will bump the trend, but we've got to figure out how we got to this moment in time. Let's get to the first half highlights. And obviously set piece, Jorge Herrera with the right foot sends it into the mixer.
Yeah, and Zaid with a calm, cool finish there, wide open and hit it to the right corner of the net. I mean, just a cool finish there.
7th minute, Zaid, you see it once again, just into the box, just a simple entry with the right by Jorge Herrera. Jorge gets the A instead of the G, which he's seen a lot of this particular season. And then another chance for Zaid.
Oh yeah, open header, went over the crossbar. That should have been 2-0 there. So left a chance there. So it's still, you know, a match here that ATL-UT2 with one goal here gets you back in it.
And then another one goes wide. So it's another set of opportunities again with the header, and it's just missed.
Yeah, and I believe this one came off a set piece.
Right, Javon Watson.
Yeah, so just past the left post there.
And then another miss on a header by Atlanta this time. So once again, you're seeing Sean Nicklau getting involved in the offense.
Yeah, and I believe that was the Samuel header that went over the crossbar. Great chance, just could not get it down.
And then big shot from Gosselin outside.
Yeah, Carlton that teed him up, but just you know, a couple yards wide of the post.
And then another opportunity for Joseph Samuel with a header that ends up over the bar.
Yeah.
He's getting very, very close in these opportunities. And as we take another look at Joseph Samuel getting integrated into the offense. And so that's what we've been able to look at. A lot of close calls for ATL-UT2, but the Stripes have not been able to put it in the back of the net. Charlotte has once, and that's why we are 1-0 Independence at the break. So let's take a look at the first half numbers, and if there's anything before we get into the first half numbers, let's get back into what's going on. Okay, so let's get into what's going to happen here for the second match here in this very quick homestand. Let's reemphasize Ottawa, how important it is for ATL-UT2 to get numbers here tonight, because Ottawa last time out, it was a 2-0 win up at TD Place.
Yeah, very physical match there, so that's what I expect coming up to this weekend with Ottawa. Very physical match, but it's important for ATL-UT2 to get some momentum starting here. You know, getting an equalizer or getting at least a draw or a win, especially with the road slate. Again, they hit the road with a lot of matches coming up. So very important, at least these two matches at home, to get some points.
You see the match with Ottawa, but then after that, another 6 of 7 on the road. 7 of 8, then 6 of 7, but the team finishes up 9 of their last 12 at home when you're looking at September and October. And really quickly getting into the stats, did anything stick out to you in the first half numbers at all?
Nothing really stuck out. You know, everybody talks about possession, but, you know, ATL-UT2 had over 65–66% of possession, but, you know, didn't create some clear chances. So they need to put some shots on target and test Dykstra in the second half.
So let's see if they do that. Other scores going on. There are a couple of kicks at 8:30 in the USL, but at the half, North Carolina FC leading Ottawa before they come down here to the Proving Ground. 3-0 after 45 minutes there, and then in the first half, FC Cincinnati and Bethlehem, they are scoreless. For those of you watching the ATL-UT2 match, it is scoreless also at Montfray early in the 20s between Atlanta United and Columbus Crew SC. So let's get ready for the second half here. At the Proving Ground, Atlanta United, the Stripes will be going from right to left, and the Charlotte Independents will be coming from left to right. Updating from Montfray Stadium, Joseph Martinez, what a surprise, scores in the 30th minute, so it's 1-0 Atlanta United. So Atlanta United doing well on the road. Let's see if the Stripes can do well here at home, down 1-0 to the Charlotte Independents. You see the newly placed grass in there. Jorge Herrera trying to chip it back into the baseball infield where the grass has been transplanted for this particular match. Not a whole lot of movement on it. It ends up being back with Charlotte. We're underway here in the second half. He's Jimmy Vance. I'm John Nelson. Ryan Rose on the 1s and 2s back at the studio. Thanks to everybody back at the studio for giving you all the pretty pictures tonight, and a big run by Devin Sandoval. But Bilal Duckett will shield, and Andrew Dykstra will end up with it for Charlotte.
Yeah, see how both teams, you know, with the different sides of the pitch now, how they adjust to the match, because Charlotte's going against the kind of the infield end here that's kind of a little tricky with the footing. And ATL UTD2 gets that pristine looking outfield there area.
Sean Nicklaus sends it into his own bench after hitting a moon ball out of bounds, so it'll be after a minute and a half in. Charlotte ball. Intercepted by Kendall Moulin, and he will chip it clear. Looking for Sandoval, and it stays in, stays on the line. Tremendous work there. Keep it in, and Kalungi ends up keeping it for Charlotte. Andrew Carlton chasing, trying to force a bad decision by the Independence back line. And it's intercepted. Let's see what Atlanta United 2 can do with it here. Joseph Samuel on Joel Johnson, works the right. Crossing over, but it's picked up by Charlotte. Two sets of cleats in. Kisiadu trying to chase after it, but it's cleared. Zaid and Herrera guarded by Cochran. Shannon doubling back, but it's intercepted, and here come the White kids. 4 on 5, but then they'll pull it back, sending it down into the corner. Martinez looking and sent over the goal line, so it'll be a corner kick for Charlotte. So you see once again Martinez and you see Jorge Herrera getting integrated immediately into the second half offense for Charlotte.
A great start for Charlotte Independence in the second half. On the front foot here, they're trying to find that second goal to really give them some breathing room.
So let's see what Charlotte has in mind here for the corner. Herrera will take. Goslin eyeing him from just outside the box on the far side. Herrera calling for a formation. Everybody going inside the mixer now. This is going to be back post to Zaid. We'll see. Line drive. And they'll try it again.
Corners gave ATL UT2 problems early in the first half. Let's see how they deal with it in the second half.
Keep an eye on 9 White. That's Ayman Zaid, who got the goal on the board for the Independents in the 7th minute. Set piece, a little more height to it. Back post, sent and cleared by Oliver Shannon. Kalungi was there at the back post trying to do something with it. Didn't get there in time. ATL UTD2 did.
Good idea there by Oliver Shannon. Put the ball in space, get your speedsters upfield, trying to create something.
Goslin and Carlton trying to do something over at the far. It ends up being too heavy a touch. It'll be a Charlotte throw. Martinez initially going to throw. They're going to change their minds, have another Independence player do it. Said posting up with Herrera, and a bump there by Carlton, and foul on Martinez, and that's going to be a card.
First card of the match there. I was about to say it's been a very clean clean match, but Carlton going in heavy there.
Carlton with a yellow in the 50th. And you see just some shoulder and some hip action, knocking Martinez off his stride. It ends up getting to be the first card of the match.
It looked like a little frustration there from the young Carlton.
Yep. So let's see what Charlotte can do with it here. Cochran on Zaid. Here comes Herrera, initially picked up by Kendall Moulin. Joel Johnson all the way available for a big switch if it's there. Sticks to the near side. Zaid. They'll try to do something with it over at the far touchline. Quick triangles for the Independents here. ATL UTD2 chasing. Trying to work a hit pass in. It goes over the inline. It'll be a goal kick for Justin Garces. Once again, a reminder, Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Cochran looking for Joseph Samuel. Joel Johnson ends up winning the joust, ends up going right in the middle to Kevon George. Vines looking for Martinez, out of bounds. Halfway through the 52nd minute, Charlotte with their 1 goal in the 7th minute. It has stood the test of time to this point. ATL UTD2 has had some opportunities, had some chances, just hasn't been able to put the ball in the back of the net. Most of them off the head of Joseph Samuel. And a big launch by Chris Gosselin off the right foot. That was a close call for goalie Andrew Dykstra in Charlotte. But right now, once again, it is 1-0 Independence as we enter minute number 53. Stripes with possession. Kendall Moulin with some passing to Cochran, and it ends up getting picked off. Javon Watson doing some fancy footwork there, doing some 360s to make sure that the White Kids keep possession. They did not initially, but now they had it, and then Cochran gets it from Martinez, sends it out of bounds for a throw. Referee Greg Dopka is saying, if you would please, sir, go back about 10 yards if you're going to throw it in. So let's see what Charlotte can do with it here. Watson. Herrera. Picked off by Kisiadu. Nick Law. Oliver Shannon. And off go the Stripes. Big run in the middle there by Laurent Kisiadu, but then it's intercepted once the touch got a little heavy. And here come the White Kits one more time along the far side. Kendall Moulin having to chase. Excellent tackle. And the call is going to be corner kick for Charlotte. Independence in no real hurry to get this corner, but here's how the corner ended up. Once again, just great work working the far. Slide tackle goes over the inline, and it sets up Jorge Herrera again. So let's see who his target is. Is it going to be Bilal Duckett? Is it going to be Zaid at the far post, guarded by Samuel? Is it going to be a grounder for the 45? Goes back post, easy pickings there for Justin Garces. And that's what you want to see in a young keeper. You want to see that kind of aggressive behavior. You don't want to see him kind of caught between two ideas in that particular set of hands. He saw it, went after it, grabbed it, and it's an easy pick there. And the Stripes get possession one more time.
Yeah, went up with confidence there. Much better in the first half so far.
Shannon and Nick Law. Trying to get some activity with Kisiadu. Can't keep it in his cleats, and it'll go to Charlotte. Martinez. Kisiadu chasing after him, trying to get the ball away from him. He does. Last touch by Charlotte, so it'll be a Stripes throw. Big throw looking for Sandoval, picked off by Charlotte, and they'll go back at it one more time. The triangle doesn't quite work. The give did, the go did not. So it's back to Atlanta.
More frustration there from Carlton.
Greg Dopka with a whistle and a bit of a discussion going on. Asking, it looks like, Kisiadu and Martinez to mind their P's and Q's. And that's probably the last warning that those two guys will get before they get their cards tonight. Quick throw in by ATL UTD2. And Martinez and Nick Law that time. They're going to call a foul on Sean, and it's going to head back the other way.
See, Charlotte Independence, they've scored in 9 of their matches in league play, but you know, they've only scored 1 goal in only 1 of them against Ottawa. The rest they've scored in bunches, you know, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals. So they expect to score multiple goals, you know, when they score. So it's something to watch out for. ATL UT2, they need to find an equalizer.
And under Mike Jeffries, they've done some quality work here with him as head coach. Sprung is Sandoval. Is he going to get there first? Answer is no. Dykstra does and gets rid of it. You saw Kalungi and Bilal Duckett having to chase on the bookends when it came to going after Devin Sandoval, but Dykstra cleared and ends up being another Charlotte possession here halfway through minute 57. Joel Johnson looking to drive, right foot into the box, headed away easily that time by Cochran.
Good header by Cochran out of the danger zone.
Kissy Samuel.
See if ATL can break quickly.
Carlton dribbling out of traffic, tries to spring Samuel, but it's too much.
Foul.
And they got a foul after Carlton released the ball, and it looks like, is it going to be on Joel Johnson?
A little late there on Carlton in the back.
Or is it going to be just a discussion? Nope, a card. So Joel Johnson gets added to the yellow cards in the 58th. So
yeah, late with that challenge in the back of Carlton.
Carlton trying to spring Samuel that time, and then after the ball was way cleared, then Johnson goes in, takes Carlton down. So right now we've got yellow cards, one on each side. Carlton got his about 8 minutes ago. Joel Johnson has his now. What can Andrew Carlton do with the ball and send it into the attacking third? He's got a little help from Cochran and Gosselin. Give and go touch. They're going to let Carlton create and drive. So let's see what happens here. Carlton clipped at right foot, just wide. It was trailing wide all the way. Got a good step under it, but you could tell it was trailing away the entire time. Got under it a bit too much with the outside of the right foot. So it'll be a goal kick for Dykstra.
Yeah, not a bad effort there from Andrew Carlton. 17-year-old trying to get something going for the team.
See what the Stripes can do with it off the throw. Carlton trying to create by sending it backwards. Hernandez to Samuel. Dribbling back into the infield, almost too much that time. Herrera pesky and pestering Cochran. Goes to Gosselin. Carlton will go the big switch.
Good switch there by Andrew Carlton.
A lot of space for Sean Nicolau. He chooses to do with it. Kissy Gosselin. Sending it back to Kendall Moulin. Paired with Cochran. Playing catch. See what Chris Gosselin can do with it here. Thought about a pass. Thought to drive instead to Kissy. Right foot into the box. Headed right on. And almost a second chance. But Dykstra ends up with it after he spills it the first time. First real challenge against Andrew Dykstra tonight by the Stripes.
Best move of the match there for ATL UT2. So close, putting it on target, testing Dykstra, but Dykstra with a good save there.
Turnover again. Here comes the pressure everyone's been looking for from the Stripes. Left foot and deflected away. And what's going to happen? It's going to go over the inline.
Oliver Shannon there. Great drive on goal there. Dykstra again with a big save.
So we've got a Creature Comforts corner. And here's how we got to where we are now. You get that last shot in. And Atlanta United 2 has their best opportunity and best series of the last minute or so here as we start the 61st. Look at the back post header and just missed.
Open header there. That should have been
that should have been the equalizer.
Should have been the equalizer there. Open header. Boy, the past couple minutes there, best moments for ATL UT2.
And I think it comes down to tempo. And here's your entry in, and Devin Sandoval, after he hits it, and he hits it wide to Dykstra on the far side as you're looking at it, his head went skyward because he knew that was an opportunity that he should have closed.
No, Charlotte Independence defenders did not pick him up in the box, and with an open header should have put it on target.
Tempo the last couple of minutes have been turned up, and it's all ATL UTD2. Gosselin and Kissy playing catch. What can Gosselin do with it? Switch is available, then cut off. Kissy trying to get out of traffic with Martinez. Ends up being a turnover. It looks like Cato and Martinez get sprung, but it's sent out of bounds, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes. Safe to say the last 2 to 2.5 minutes is what everyone's been anticipating when they think in their mind of ATL UTD2 on offense. It's the pressure and the tempo and continuing to come at you in waves with the Peachtree press, whether it's offensive or defensive.
Yeah, it's connecting passes and creating some turnovers too, pressing Charlotte Independence, and they've gotten some good turnovers and putting some dangerous balls in. Some solid shots on target, but Dykstra coming big with 2 big saves.
Too much behind the pass from Shannon looking for Samuel. Ends up being a turnover, but over here by third base where all it is puddles, Cochran has to send it all the way back to Garces, and he'll send it all the way back down looking to spring Sandoval or Samuel. Slide tackle by Gosselin trying to keep possession, but it ends up going all the way back to Dykstra. And down for a second is Gosselin after the slide tackle to try to keep ATL UTD2 in possession, and he's reaching down a little bit, trying to get some toe touchies and then reclaim his spot. Get some stretching going on. Taken down again quickly. Javon Watson, no whistle there.
No foul called there.
Rough challenge by Watson. Charlotte maintained possession until there when Zaid couldn't hang on to it. Right at midfield, and Hernandez will send it in.
Yeah, with the better look on the replay, they oversold that just a tad.
Try to get an advantage wherever you can get it, especially when you're down a goal. Joust by Sandoval, lost, and it ends up with Charlotte possession. Martinez at the far, picked up by Shannon, and that's a foul. Minute 64 just turned. Charlotte leading Atlanta United 2 by the score of 1-0. A 7th minute goal by Ayman Zaid has been the difference so far. The last 4 minutes or so for ATL UTD2 have been the tempo that they've been looking for. And you know that what the tempo that Scott Donnelly has been wanting out of his offense to try to get an equalizer here at the proving ground.
They've been better. They've been switching play, going towards the right wing, throwing in some dangerous crosses there.
Herrera and Zaid working it back to the middle. Joel Johnson has Cato trying to figure out how to spring him. A little give and go, and it's there. Johnson gets past Joseph Samuel into the box. Back post is available. Martinez. A scrum is there, and Charlotte knew it. They had a chance to get goal number 2. Doubling back to help out Oliver Shannon. Great effort by 2-9 in the stripes.
Big clearance there, the Oliver Shannon.
Great work on the near to get everything started with Johnson and Cato, then working all the way down, working it to the inside, trying to think of something. Back post doesn't happen, and then finally cleared out of the mixer. Best opportunity in a while for Charlotte, and ATL UTD2 trying to catch their breath here a little bit defensively. But the Independent sensing something, get some pressure working, but it's sent over the end line, and so Justin Garces will have a goal kick.
Oliver Shannon there with a big clearance there. Got it out of the danger zone. That could have been 2-0 there.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league. Follow at USL on Twitter, 24/7, 365, or 366. Alongside Jimmy Vance, I am John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us and accessing us however you are doing so tonight. Minute 66 between the Charlotte Independents and ATL UTD2.
It's a great pass by Carlton now on the break here.
Carlton trying to dribble his way in and around traffic, trying to spring the right foot. Activity at the far, slide tackle to keep it alive, cleared by the Independents. And we've got a Stripes player who is down here close to the half, right at the half pitch. But Charlotte is not stopping. Martinez.
Not playing it out.
Martinez guarded by Shannon, tries to go. Kendall Moulin picks it up, give to Shannon. Shannon's going to play it out, and let's go back to what's going on here at the half. the activity going on, you get stepped on and then you get fallen on. It's 1 and then 2. So there's 2 things bad happening on the same play as Andrew Carlton was being released and working his way down the pitch.
And Oliver Shannon, probably off camera, was very frustrated with Charlotte Independence for not playing that ball out with a man injured upfield.
Scott Donnelly obviously concerned about Chris Gosselin when he goes down, and his teammates sticking up for the Gosselin injury. So Chris Gosselin is trying to spring Andrew Carlton, and then the defense for Charlotte takes over. Gosselin gets stepped on, then he gets fallen on. Play continues, and Carlton works his way down. And now Chris Gosselin's left to recover here at the near side.
Yeah, Gosselin just walked off the field. He looks okay. Looks like he's going to come back in.
But getting that kind of a 1-2, getting stepped on and then getting fallen on.
But that drive by Carlton, you saw him beating a couple players there. He wants that goal.
And once again, that's part of the process, and that's what we're talking about with this season with ATL UTD2. It's about growth. It's about development. It's about getting these athletes ready for the next level, because tonight you're seeing a Justin Garces who's up from the academy getting some activity for the first time. You're seeing all of the first-year guys like a Gosselin, like a Lagos Kunga, who we've seen in the past, like an Andrew Carlton, who has a lot of expectations on himself and from the outside looking in as to him being a part of the future for the franchise. And so it's all about growth and maturity and getting ready for that next level whenever that comes, and you're seeing that coming at you in waves when it comes to the Stripes here tonight. A guy like Laurent Kisiadou, who's been handling the ball really well and dribbling in and out of traffic. You're seeing all of this youth on display. And what was the math you gave for the starting 11?
20.5 average age. And I mean, ATL UTD2, they've had 13 players make their USL debut this year already. And they've played over 29 different players on their team. So it's very different how ATL UTD2 is going about it. They're giving a lot of youth a chance here. And the lineups have just been inconsistent. They haven't had a steady 11. That's not the purpose for ATL UTD2. But with Charlotte Independence, these guys are, starting game in and game out. That you can kind of see that in chemistry. And especially with them being 4th on the table, with now like 21 goals scored, that's 4th in the league. It's very impressive.
Kisiadou tries to get some activity going in the box. Looked like he was trying to get Devin Sandoval for a 1-touch. Got it in there before Sandoval was able to get to it. So it'll be a goal kick for Dykstra now. As we're coming up on halfway through minute number 70. And we mentioned Twitter. How about the other social media? Where else can you watch and get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? It's on the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer on the IG, or the Insta. What do the kids call it these days? Is it the Insta or the IG?
I think it's the Insta.
Okay. The Gram.
Gram.
Thank you, Ryan Rose. It's the Gram, it's the IG. So the Migos calls it the Gram, I think is what the Insta. Insta, IG, and Gram. Or choice D, all the above. At USL Soccer on the Gram. Apparently now we're outlawing IG as a reference, so it's either Insta or the Gram. Either way, follow along, like, friend, and be a part of the conversation on your favorite social media platform when it comes to everything USL. Halfway through minute 71, Charlotte leading 1-0 here against ATL UTD2. Once again, thanks for accessing us however you are doing so.
I wonder how long Scott Donnelly, I wonder when he's going to introduce Gallagher into this match. Gallagher's got 5 goals, leads ATL UTD2. He's on the bench right now. Interested to see when he'll come into the match, try to get that equalizer for ATL UTD2.
Well, I think you might have just cued him because someone's ready to hop in for the Stripes here at the next opportunity.
It looks like Gallagher.
Let's see if he comes in for Samuel, because we were wondering how long Samuel would go coming off of injury. How many minutes can he go? So 70 is gradually getting into 90-minute shape. Javon Watson sending it all the way back. And now here's the press for ATL UTD2. You see Hernandez going after it. Bilal Duckett having to go backwards a little bit. Andrew Carlton in pursuit, sending it to Dykstra. All the way back inside the box, and they'll try it again. Chip over the top. Intercepted by Cochran. Saved by the Independents. Can Cochran get there first? The answer is yes, but he got taken out, and it looked like knee-to-knee contact on Joel Johnson. Let's see what happens here. Remember, Johnson got a yellow in the 58th. Something to keep an eye on going forward here in the last 20 minutes. And as predicted, right now, you're going to get Gallagher now in for Joseph Samuel here in the 73rd. So it will be 10 off and 26 on. So Gallagher in. And A.J. Cochran still trying to shake off what happened with his collision with Joel Johnson here at the near. Still walking a little gingerly. We'll keep an eye on this going forward too. And here's how it happened. Johnson and Cochran colliding. Cochran definitely getting the worst of it with his knee making contact. And he was down for a little bit, but he is shaking it off, and he's walking it off now. A bit of a hip toss takedown, apparently, if you want to call it something. Carlton trying to spring himself here with Gallagher.
Yeah,
goes over the inline.
Trying to feed Gallagher, trying to get him into the match. Very dangerous going forward. Like I said, 5 goals in his, I believe it's 12 starts for the rookie. So a very dangerous player, very skillful on the ball. Let's see if he can make something happen for ATL UTD2.
Here's something else with social media and the USL. If you want to keep up with the best social media from around the USL, join Kelsey Steele every Friday on the USL's social media channels for the latest edition of Off the Post. That's Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday to catch up on everything USL. Cochran on the joust with Saeed.
Good skill there from Carlton.
And we had mentioned how starting in roughly the 60th minute that the Peachtree offensive press seemed to be turning the page for ATL UTD2. 6-1 shots on goal started out for Charlotte. Ever since then, ATL UTD2 has outshot Charlotte 8-2. 9-8 now. ATL UTD2 with the advantage.
Going into the right direction, but still trying to find that equalizer. Let's see if he'll come for ATL UTD2.
Throw for Charlotte here, heading to minute 76. Martinez, Duckett, Joel Johnson. Johnson sitting on a yellow that he picked up back in the 58. Cordell Cato working with Watson there. They'll send it all the way back to Dykstra, and they'll start again. Kevon George in the middle of it. As the spoke in the wheel, sent, big switch, looking for Martinez. Sean Nicklaw intercepts. Chested down, but it was to a white kit instead, and here comes Jorge Herrera.
Great 1-2 there.
Herrera has Zaid, he had Martinez. Martinez, what's he going to do with it? Changes to the right, chips to the far, winding up, thinking about it was Cordell Cato. Changes to the left. Garces puts his chest in the way. Saved by the youngster to keep it 1-0.
Looks like I took a slight deflection there, but the goalkeeper stood strong there. Got it out of the danger zone, and now it's a corner kick.
Cato thought about doing something with the right foot, then he changed over to the left foot And like any good infielder with a ball in between hops, you see Garces go down, gets the chest in the way, gets in the way of the ball, knocks it over the inline, obviously, for a Herrera corner. Great work, and that'll get a star. That'll be a gold star moment on the report card for you later on when you give me the report card for Justin Garces in his first match here. Gallagher on the gallop. Gosselin. Carlton on the inside. Switch to the middle. Oliver Shannon, a lot of space on the far hand side. What are they going to do with it? Kissiadou. Nick Law with the right. Straight up in the air. Charlotte eventually will clear.
Watch for the counter here.
Herrera thought about Zaid, instead goes the other way with it. Cato can't catch up to it. Cochran does. Joel Johnson, Kevon George, Bilal Duckett, and they'll go around the horn. Another ATL UTD sub coming in at the next opportunity.
Looks like Carranza coming into the match.
Nice entry. Carlton looking to spring Kissiadou one more time. Right foot deflected, and it'll be a corner kick for ATL UTD 2. It'll be another Creature Comforts corner kick, but we'll get the substitution. Looks like what's going to happen first. It's going to be the sub here in the 78th, and it's going to be Carranza coming in. Jose Carranza, so 31 in your stripes coming in. Laurent Kissiadou, 11, will be exiting. So 31 in for the stripes, 11 out for the stripes in the late 78th, early 79th minute. One more sub available for Scott Donnelly. And an equalizer.
Golazo.
And just like that, you get a sub. And the momentum that ATL UTD2 has carried since the 60th minute with all those shots finally pays off. Big launch with the right and just over Dykstra.
What a goal.
Sean Nicklaw gets out the lob wedge, knocks it over Dykstra, off the crossbar and in. And we're knotted at ones.
Who saw that one coming? I did not.
I did not. Nicklaw launches from almost 30, off the bar, off Dykstra's back, and nothing but net. It's like the old McDonald's commercial with Jordan and Bird, and you call it. It's like playing horse. Sean Nicklaw, the equalizer of equalizers for the Stripes. And Carlton is fouled right outside the box. Another opportunity set piece here quickly for ATL UTD2.
I still can't get over that goal. I mean, who saw that one come from Nicklaw?
Why? Sometimes you just have those chances where you sit there and you go, why not?
Yeah.
And Nicklaw launched a why not, and that's what happens. Okay, let's take another peek. Nicklaw winds up with the right, launches off the bar, off Dykstra's back, into the net. I think in pool you have to call it when you're just like you're playing. Yeah, in billiards you have to call that. You have to call that combination play. I don't know if Sean Nicklaw called combination or if he called bank. Either way, it went in the net. Sean Nicklaw knots it. Free kick opportunity right at Dykstra this time. They wanted to try to get Gallagher oriented and get him on net. He did, but it was right at Dykstra. And with 10 minutes plus stoppage remaining, we're knotted at ones. I get the sneaking suspicion that the Sean Nicklaw goal will be up for goal of the week. Should definitely be in the contenders box for goal of the week. And I think that it probably will be the early contender for goal of the week. And it's his first goal of the season, and it could not have happened at a better time for the Stripes in a match where they were fighting uphill since the 7th minute.
Incredible effort there. And credit to ATLET too. They have looked great this second half. Really been more direct in their counterattacks, creating some dangerous chances. And look at that. I mean, hey, take an effort from 30, 40 yards out.
Like that. Jorge Herrera seeing that. You see that kind of an opportunity. Maybe Garces is off his line a little bit. Save your report card for a little later.
But what a mad. But what a match here with about 9 minutes plus stoppage time. Boys is geared up for a great one again.
Joel Johnson gets possession, but the Stripes end up with it. Mike Jeffries is going to run a substitution out here in just a sec. Looks like Greg Jordan is going to be coming in for the Independents. So let's see what the Stripes can do with it. Andrew Carlton does a why not, and you saw the bender. You saw it, and he was thinking, why not? If Herrera can do it, if Nick Law can do it, I can do it, and he didn't miss by much.
Carlton trying for the goal, trying
why
to
not?
trump the
Two
goal
guys,
for the goal of the week.
Same goal, same team, back-to-back goals. And the guy who is leaving is Ayman Zaid. Zaid leaving. Greg Jordan coming in now in the 83rd. Set piece early on. Zaid gets the goal that gave Charlotte the lead for the longest time, from the 7th minute till the 79th and 80th. So 73 minutes of a lead off of the head of Ayman Zaid. Greg Jordan now in subbing for the Independents.
Yeah, it was a cool finish for him, wide open in the box. He finished it in the right corner.
So what can the Stripes do now? So now we have the official back-to-back like we had last time. And they're going to call a whistle there, and a quick reintroduction by Herrera. Let it happen. He was the guy who got fouled, so he restarted. Martinez working in. Herrera trying to work some of his magic. Jordan trying to set a pick in the box. Garces tips it over the bar.
The ageless wonder Herrera there, creating something almost out of nothing there with a solid chance just over the crossbar. So it's going to be a corner.
So let's see what Charlotte does here. Herrera, with the quick restart off of his own foul, decides to send it in, and it just tipped over the bar once again. Add that gold star to the report card for Justin Garces, and we keep talking about it.
He's picking up some gold stars.
He is. Herrera in, headed out by Sandoval. Andrew Carlton trying to clear, sends it right up the chimney. Martinez ends up with it. Good defense there by Devin Sandoval. Another substitution for Charlotte. Mike Jeffries is going to send in Jake Arman. Jake Arman comes in. Javon Watson now leaves, so 4 White comes in, 27 in White goes out in the 85th. So that's 2 subs for Mike Jeffries, 2 subs for Scott Donnelly, and 5 minutes plus stoppage left here at the Proving Ground. Sandoval had that one, but Charlotte ends up with possession. Joel Johnson. And the switch, but it's intercepted by Nick Law. Cochran tries to spring Gallagher, but it's too much. Kendall Moulin. Gosselin tries to calm it down off the toe of his cleat. Ends up going back to Charlotte. What can Herrera do with it? Is he going to dribble? Is he going to send it in? He does, but it's intercepted by Gallagher, Carranza, and Carlton. Gosselin Near side is open, and Hernandez has plenty of space.
It's like both teams are going for it here. This should be very entertaining, probably next 8 minutes with the stoppage time.
I'll hold you to that. Carlton, big switch looking for it. Can it get tracked down in time? No. Good idea, a lot of space at the far as everyone had kind of compressed over to the near 2/3. It'll end up being an Independence throw. Mike Jeffries has made one offensive substitution in the Jordan for Zaid swap. And then the Armin for Watson swap is at the back line. And what we've seen from Scott Donnelly is 2 offensive swaps, with Gallagher and Carranza coming in for Samuel and Kisiadu. So once again, 1 swap left for each side. 3 minutes plus stoppage. And coming into this match, on the road, obviously Atlanta United was having a rough time. 0-1-6 in 7 of the 8 on the road. The one win was the 5-4 win that we showed you early on in the matchup against Toronto FC2 in the 5-4 shootout with the Young Reds back on May 16th. And this is sent down. Garces grabs it away from Cordell Cato. So the Stripes will have another possession here starting halfway through the 88th. And now we have a judgment call for goal of the week.
Oh.
It is now being called an own goal. So can you put an OG in for consideration?
It needs to be heavily considered.
Because of the first 95% of the effort. This is a judgment call that has to go all the way up to the league office when it comes to figuring out the goals of the week. I think that because of, regardless of the end result, it going off of Andrew Dykstra's back and into the net, you've got to put that into consideration one way or the other for goal of the week. Don't you?
Yeah, I believe so. And if it gets to a vote with Atlanta United fans, how they do on online polls,
yes,
that I think could be a shoe-in to win.
Set piece here for the Stripes halfway through minute 89. Is it Carlton with the left or Carranza with, sorry, Carranza with the left, Carlton with the right. 2-man wall. Picket fence right at the edge of the box.
1 minute from stoppage time, so let's see if ATL-U2 can create some danger here.
Carlton, power fade, back post, headed off the post and cleared.
Wow, what a ball by Andrew Carlton. Header off the post. Inches.
So Carlton sets up with the right. It was either Carranza with the left. It ended up being Carlton with the right. And it was off the post, out of the mixer, and again, another close opportunity for the Stripes. A Creature Comforts corner kick. The joust was lost. It goes over the end line. It will be a goal kick for the Independents. Wow.
Charlotte Independents survive. Well, that's great cross and a beautiful header just off the post.
So let's see what happens. How many minutes are added here once Dykstra introduces. Sends it deep. Cochran wins the header. Carlton looking to flick on, and Dykstra just beats Gallagher to it. 4 minutes added here. So far from over. Kendall Mullen almost loses it to Herrera, who's whistled for the foul on the push from behind, so it'll stay with the Stripes here.
That was a great pass by Carlton. Almost got Gallagher on that run.
So Kendall Mullen will send it deep. Sends it right into the middle, picked off by Charlotte. Can the Independents do something with it? Cochran wins the joust there. Shields Armin away from it, and they'll send it in again with the right foot, looking for Sandoval, held off.
4 minutes of stoppage time. Let's see if somebody can get a winner.
Carranza looking for help, has Gosselin. Trying to dribble out of traffic. Back to Carranza with the right, too much. Dykstra won't touch it, goal kick. About 3 minutes left of added time. And Andrew Dykstra certainly taking his and introducing the ball all over again. Updating some of the scores once again, heading toward the 60th minute. Atlanta United still leading Columbus by the score of 1-0. 4 other matches in the USL started at 8:30 Eastern time. So 6 matches and this one tonight here in your midweek action as everybody gets ready for World Cup. Gosselin trying to figure out what to do. Can he send Carranza to the corner? Brings it back in. Switch available, and he'll take it. Carlton trying to dribble out of traffic, cuts in with the left. Possible give and go with Carranza, who thinks about it with the right. Pushed away, big launch. What's going to happen? Blocked again. Niklaus sends it in with the right, missed, wide open opportunity. Hernandez, can he take it? Big save, Dykstra.
What a save by Dykstra there at the near post. Great movement by ATL UTD2, almost getting a winner there.
Creature Comfort's corner kick. Hernandez looked like he took a little too much time setting it up. That gave Dykstra the opportunity to move to his right, get the hands in the way, send it over the line for another corner. So once again, Hernandez wide open on the near side, had a lot of space to be able to do something. Sets it up a little too long, probably. Launches with the left. Dykstra the 2 hands to create the corner kick situation here for the Stripes as time is running out.
Yeah, Dykstra, good goalkeeping there, cutting the angle down.
Goes through the box. Didn't touch anybody. Had its opportunities there. Also added time right now, North Carolina leading Ottawa 4-2. Remember, Ottawa comes to the Proving Ground on Saturday in the 60s. Right now, Bethlehem leading FC Cincinnati by the score of 1-0. Swope Park and Real Monarchs are scoreless early on. West Coast starts Fresno, Sacramento, Portland Timbers 2, OKC Energy, Phoenix Rising, and Chalise under dark with the Las Vegas Lights. What can Charlotte do here with time running out? Sending numbers forward. It's 5-on-6. Great tackle.
Handball.
And they're calling a handball as he went down for it.
Dangerous place for a free kick here.
So Sean Nicklaw called for the handball. So let's see what happens here. Last chance to dance probably for Charlotte. So let's see who sets up for it. Looks like Bilal Duckett, Henry Kalungi, Kevon George, all the tall timber for Charlotte. At the top of the box, Jorge Herrera looking to launch with that right foot of his. Sends it in. Big Superman punch by Garces. And that'll do it.
Great punch by Garces there.
All right. So on that note, since I went ahead and mentioned it, give me your report card on the young academy player, Justin Garces, between the sticks tonight. Came up big when he needed to.
Grew into the match. It started a little shaky, but then as the match went on, gained more and more confidence and came out with some big punches and big saves at near the end.
A goal by Ayman Zaid in the 70th, and then they're calling it an own goal with what's going on. So an own goal ties it. Sean Nicklaw with one of those why not moments, launches it off the post, off the underside of the bar, off of Andrew Dykstra's back, into the net, tied at ones, shared results for Charlotte and ATL UTD2. When we come back, it'll be a look back at a wild second half, shared results, a point each for Charlotte and ATL UTD2. We will come back to the tackle box right after this. You're watching USL Soccer on ESPN+.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to suburban Atlanta, Georgia, and Coolray Field. It's the proving ground, and Jimmy Vance, we got proved tonight that excitement can come in a bunch of different forms.
Yeah, I mean, amazing from Nick Claw. I mean, that goal there, that got credited as an own goal, but what an amazing effort. It looked like from like 35 yards out to get the equalizer that going in, Charlotte Independence was 5-0 leading at halftime. So, you know, they got a result here at home when trailing at home.
All right, so let's take a look at how we got to shared results. And when you look at early on, it was chances for Charlotte, and Ayman Zaid gets the first goal of the match very early on.
Yeah, I mean, just off a little broken play in the box there off the corner, and Zaid, calm, cool finish in the right corner.
And so looking at it one more time, he was right there at ATL UTD2, got caught looking at Herrera with the right foot. And then once again, Zaid had another opportunity.
Yeah, it just over the crossbar. He was wide open. He should have finished it. It should have been 2-0 at a point.
But then you have ATL UTD2 with their opportunities. Oliver Shannon with a rocket.
Yeah, it was a solid strike. Just, you know, just couldn't get past the keeper.
And then the why not moment, which better be a top 5 moment, voted for goal of the week, even though it ended up as an OG on Andrew Dykstra. Sean Nickloff, why not?
I'm still shocked by it. I mean, I'll count it as a golazo because it was incredible.
One more look at it. You just sit there one of those days. Now, let's see. You call bank, or you have to call combination and pool. Off the underside of the bar, off of Dykstra's back, into the net. That's how we end up at 1-1. Then Jorge Herrera almost has his opportunity.
Yeah, and great header, but you know, got tipped over the crossbar. Great goalkeeping. And
we mentioned Justin Garces as well. And how would you grade him tonight on the scale, A to F?
I give him a B+.
There you go.
I think he grew into the match, got some confidence for the 17-year-old, again, his first USL start.
Another opportunity late for ATL UTD2. Devin Sandoval off the post. And then one last opportunity, another diving save by Dykstra, where it was right on.
Yeah, ATL UTD2 almost got the 3 points here, but a couple incredible saves by Dykstra, and then one off the post.
Stats that stuck out to you, anything in particular over the full 90 minutes? Possession right there.
Yeah, possession right there, but I think as ATL UTD2 grew into the match, I think the shots were 6-1 in Charlotte's favor, but then then ATL UTD2 came back and really put some big threats on goal and solid shots on target.
58% of the duels won in the air as well, and even on interceptions and yellow cards across the board for both sides as well. So once again, shared results tonight. Very quick rest for the Stripes. They come back and try to better the result that went against them on May the 12th in Ottawa, a 2-0 loss. Ottawa Fury at the Proving Ground Saturday night. So it'll be slightly after 7 o'clock. We'll be kick here and watch on your favorite platforms. However you access the games here when it comes to the USL, you can watch us right here, ESPN Plus, and every place else. So once again, for Jimmy Vance, I am John Nelson. Final from Coolray Field in suburban Atlanta, Georgia. An own goal for the own goal of the season. Let's just go ahead and call it that. One of those why not moments.
I concur.
Gives you shared results, a point each for ATL UTD2 and the Charlotte Independence. For Ryan Rose, who was on the 1s and 2s back at the HQ, thanks to everybody back there for making it all sing all night long. I am John Nelson. Play it safe, everybody. We will see you back here at Coolray on the weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.